And welcome back to another episode of the Meathead Manual. I am one of your hosts, the meatiest football in the fucking world, Mr. Ab Garcia. With me, as always, is my good buddy, my fucking compatriot, my compadre, the birthday boy, Mr. Andrew Harris. Say what's up.
Welcome in.
Now, it has been a minute, to say the least.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week, but that's okay because you were on vacation.
See, I was in Mexico.
A well-deserved vacation. How was it?
It was good. It was fun. Went fishing with the old man. So,
Did you pee at your butt?
no issues like that, thankfully.
Good.
Yeah, we had, no, it was all good. Had like chef prepared food every day.
Wow.
Got tons of yellowtail. It was fun.
Sick.
It was fun. But I'm actually really sore.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Was it from the deep sea fishing?
Yeah, trying to reel in all those yellowtail. They fight.
How heavy are they?
Most of the ones we caught are like 20 pounds, 20, 25. Caught some in the 30s.
Shit.
So,
And so when you're out there though, is there what's the biggest thing you ever caught? Have you done it multiple times though?
so that was the first time doing anything like that, catching like yellowtail. I've caught a sturgeon before. Nothing what that is. They're like a prehistoric fish.
Really?
Yeah. So like they're basically a dinosaur.
Oh shit.
And this thing was over 5 feet long.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh, they get to be huge. Like there's some that have been caught with like over 12 feet.
I'll have to take a look at what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I didn't do any of that.
No.
I was the week you were gone, I was busy with trying to get my car back in order. So
It's always fun.
that was great. But the plus side of that was that I only trained like 2 times that week.
Yeah. Actually felt pretty good.
Actually felt pretty good. Actually, being able to just go in and I didn't even touch a barbell. I just went in, did some accessory movements, and then got out.
Yeah.
Just because I was in during the time, because I was blessed to know that I had my friend that I work with also lives right down the street from where we work. So I just stayed at their place. And then, stayed at their place for a couple of nights and then went to the gym with them who they're also I believe it flop is called. And they also are, members at STS as well. So I went to work with them and I went to the gym with them. So
Okay.
I stayed on their schedule. So it was all right, well, it's, they're only there for an hour and a half. That's all I have waiting to do. And if for those of you that actually or for those of you that train and are getting to that point where it's for me at least, I'm not gonna lie to you, at least for bench, maybe I can get done with bench within 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, bench is a little faster. Deadlift is kind of the mid one where it's it'll take probably an hour.
Yeah.
Squats,
Dude,
fucking over.
Dude, squat it'll take me an hour and a half just to get done with squats.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just because it's getting harder. The weight gets heavier, so the recovery time takes longer and blah, blah, blah.
Well, then the warm up,
Yes.
get ready for squat. All the mobility stuff we gotta do just to be able to squat.
Exactly.
We're putting on all the equipment, sleeves, shoes, all that stuff. It's
Exactly.
it takes a lot of time.
Exactly. So, with that being said, I think, because we were talking about, I'm not going to go completely into it, but I think we were talking about it in a sense that when the time comes and I'm no longer doing the competition stuff and just kind of moving and stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about how I think one of the big things that I was going to do was kind of start bullying more fucking sandbag training and stuff like that, which goes into our topic. right? So our topic is going to be more of like specificity of strength.
Yeah.
Right. And it's in a sense that it's like obviously skill is strength is a skill. It's not just the amount of accrual of muscle tissue and amount of neural drive that you can push towards the actual muscle. It's also to being able to have the skill to be able to, perform those skills.
Yeah. And then there's the thing you don't realize, there's all sorts of other little muscles that work. And then some muscles will work differently in different movement patterns too. So you may be trained in a certain way, that muscle may work in a certain way doing one movement, but in another movement, it's like, oh, shit, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of specificity. I'm trying to use that word too much.
It's a hard word to fucking pronounce.
Oh, it's so hard. But in your strength, there's your mind, your muscles, you teach them to work in a certain way. And when you do something different, they may not be as strong or as powerful as they are in other movement patterns.
Yeah.
Like I realized this when we're out fishing, like I was definitely the strongest person there.
Oh yeah.
And, but I was getting tired and fatigued and I was hurting and sore. And then you have these, 180-pound guys who do this every day, and they're like, it's fine. It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, hit me that like how we train, how we do stuff is how we're going to get stronger.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that you're strong in other things.
Yeah, exactly. That was actually how it was when I first joined SDS. I was good at squatting, fairly good at benching, and fairly good at deadlifting. Like this was but then once I started doing like conditioning and circuit training, that Kelly was like, no, dude, this is what you need to do. Mm-hmm. I started actually moving sandbags. I got humbled. Yeah. Because I was having a hard time moving a 150-pound sandbag. Yeah. And then I couldn't even attempt with 200-pound sandbag. And by the time we were actually like leaving the STS, I was actually able to start like shouldering that bitch and fucking like actually like getting it up to my lap and like actually like tossing it over my shoulder, doing like sandbag tosses and stuff. And like for again, it's like for those that just compete in powerlifting, it's one of those things where it's like, yes, of course, sharpen and hone the skill of
movements.
Exactly. But I feel like, to me at least, I learned how to like really branch out and really get my body to be able to maneuver and stay stable and stay rigid in like dynamic movements that when like something like as linear as doing a squat or a bench or a deadlift it almost became too easy.
Yeah.
And but the same thing happened to me. It was like when I first did a conditioning day with Kelly, I was like huffing, just like dying, and he was just like, "Come on, dude, yo, fucking 15 years old. What are you doing right now?" So it was like, but it's also too, it's like, because again, those guys have like done it for they do it for so often that it's like it becomes almost second nature to them to be able to be like, it's just 20-pound tuna, or it's just 20-pound yellowtail, dude, just like pull it in, man. Yeah. And you're like, did they go like this? Did they? Because this is the one thing I hate the most is like, you like workout in, didn't you? And you're like, shut up. Shut up. Go here.
Oh, that was always a topic. No, this was... Dude. They don't seem like most of the people that go there are like usually older, in shape. So like seeing something like me there, like, it's horrible.
Let's see what this guy's got. But it's like the same thing as like but it's also too, it's like one of those things where you will see like a drastic shift when it comes to like different people coming to do different things, right? Which is why you will see like a lot of really good at like high level football players, rugby players. Sorry, burping. Rugby players and all that stuff. When they do decide to step into like, if they're like, I want to try powerlifting, they just fucking dominate.
Yeah.
It's just because they've gotten so good at being able to be explosive and being able to use their body in a certain way that when they need to turn it on, they can turn it on easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I like, I'd say out of like the lifting sports, strongman is probably one of the better for you if you're talking about overall general strength. Because like every competition is different, strongman, and a lot of times it's just, you just got to be overall strong.
Yeah.
Like there are some events that are standard, like, you know, long deadlift events, stuff like that. But like, you know, sometimes you're just picking up random objects and having to carry them or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, you know, strongman is just, it's a matter of just being overall strong and not necessarily strong in just certain movement patterns.
Exactly.
Which is kind of cool. Now, the caveat with that is, as always with strongman, most of the time it's depending on how genetically built you are.
Yeah.
AKA height and arm length and all that stuff, because some of the events are, you know, different and they require long arms or
Yeah.
So that side of it kind of sucks, because it's like then it eliminates a lot of people from doing it at a high level. But overall though, like it's one of the few lifting sports where it's like it's very just, you just have to genuinely be strong and be able to do all sorts of different things.
Yeah. I like one of the things that they do is like, have you ever seen the Atlas Stone podium?
Yeah.
Where so it's like, I mean, hell, just watching the strongman competition when you were competing, there were points in time where I walked over, not walked over, but like just to gander over there, just to be like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Just what's going on over there? You know? And like, dude, it was like, but that's the thing though too, is that like, and that, I think that's one thing that a lot of powerlifters can actually like take away from strongman, is that like, they're not just strong, they're conditioned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's something that, I mean, everyone should be doing. A little bit of conditioning is never going to hurt anyone. And even if it's just like, for us powerlifting, it's not hard. Hell, if you can average around 10 to 20,000 steps a day, I'm pretty sure you'll actually be fairly conditioned to just maintain during a powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it doesn't take much for us, but I think too, the caveat to that is if you really want to excel and be at a high level, I think the more you do, the better you'll be.
yeah.
You know, the quicker you can cover it, the quicker you can get back to that 100%.
Exactly.
The better you'll be off for your next attempt and the next attempt and then into the next events.
Yeah.
And then two, being a lot more explosive and functional. So I think that'll also carry over a lot to powerlifting, that I don't think is really pushed as hard as it probably should be.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you know what would make people condition more is that meets were ran the way that the ABS meets were.
Oh yeah.
It forces hardcore force everyone.
Yeah.
Imagine instead of a 2-day meet with like all these different flights, it's 3-day meet and it's like 1 or 2 flights and you just go. And yeah, you would see a lot of people that would absolutely, but dude, that would be sick.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be.
Cause honestly too.
Oh, that's what I've talked about before with like doing Olympia style like competition for powerlifting.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, top 10 in this weight class and do male, female, but just have like 3 weight classes.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, that's all you do that day. It's just those 2. And then you do another the next day. And it's just all be prime time and like everybody's going against each other and that's it.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it's like your day is over at 2.
Yeah.
Or 3. I mean, when we were doing the ABS meet, they were able to do the amateurs and the rumble, and we were done by what?
Yeah, please. Even try to get like, well, because they started the pros, the rumble part, a little bit later because they wanted to be more prime time.
Yeah.
But even that, like, it was done quick.
Yeah.
Like, it took less than 3 hours. Maybe about 3 hours actually, I think, which is fast for
Yeah, it's sick.
yeah.
It was great. But like going on, so it's like also too, you'll see it on Instagram too, or like on social media. It's that like there are so many people that just go, and you'll see it too, for in different sports, in a sense that like I keep bringing it up, MMA. MMA will always look at weightlifters and be like, "Oh, what's all that muscle gonna do when you get in the ring with me? I'm gonna climb on you. I'm gonna choke you out, put a finger in your butt. You're not gonna stop me." And you're like, "Oh, why would I stop you?" But like, come on, dude. Like, but like, it's also too. It's in a sense, it's like it's all sport specific, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, I feel like whenever you're doing something like weightlifting or powerlifting, whatever, I feel like there should be a pyramid effect, right? When you're in your off season, you know that you don't have a meet coming in a long time.
Yeah.
The pyramid is wide. It's at the bottom. You're building exactly. You're building foundation. You're building conditioning. You're doing all this stuff that will like push for you to be a better all around quote unquote athlete, right? Mm-hmm. And then as you get closer to a meet, that pyramid starts to kind of taper out. You know what I mean? Starts to get a little bit more specific. Okay, so now we're going to be hitting more of this. We're going to be doing more of that. We're going to be, blase. And then, towards when you get actually into prep and then into peak, that's more at the top of the, we're at the sport specific. But it's like, it's great to be specific. It's great to have that level of sport specificity to be able to, you like how I glazed that word right there? You like, but it's always great to be specific with the things that you're doing, and that's fine. Yes, at the end of the day, we're powerlifters.
Yeah,
but it is not going to hurt you to do and branch out and do other things.
Absolutely.
Especially if you are like me, who gets burnt out, and when I get burnt out, I'm like, I don't fucking touch a bar if I can do this at all.
Yeah.
And I've definitely, like, over the past couple, I want to say probably past month or two, I've been in that state of just being like, I don't want to do this. I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Like, and then I stepped away from touching a barbell and just kind of just like doing my own thing. Started actually doing, like, strangely enough, like more hobbies, like stepping away and just being like, hey, what's this over here? I'm going to go do this and hang out with friends and stuff.
Yeah.
That, like, now I'm getting ready to get back into a new training cycle. And I'm like, yeah, ready. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. You know what I mean? But the point of it is, specificity is fine. Specificity is fine. But there comes a point in time where you have to be able to kind of like branch away from the specific in order to get better at the specific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, take for instance, I'm still benching, but I'm using a football bar or the Kabuki football bar. So that's the neutral grip bar. And one is because of a video that I got from Seth Albersworth and something that he actually talked to me about, which is working more in the neutral grip will help with the fibers of the pec that allow for the fibers of the pec as well as the shoulder blades to stay in position for me to be able to have less flare, not eliminate flare because you still need a little bit of flare, but like lessen the amount of flare and keep my positioning better. So this way, whenever I'm pressing, it doesn't just immediately,
yeah,
feel me?
So you go from a woo to a woo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Have you seen this dude? Have you seen these reels of this dude? I think he's a golf instructor.
Okay.
And he's like holding random objects and he's like, yo, yes.
No.
Wow. Dude, imagine a dude, because he's like teaching what he's doing is he's teaching how to properly drive, and when you're positioning, it's like you're not supposed to like internally rotate, you're supposed to externally rotate.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And as you're externally rotating, you're using your hips to really guide the club. And I'm having fun with learning about golf, by the way.
I wanted to see that.
Dude, I can't help it. Like, I was my friend from work. She is she like goes to the driving range every so often. Yeah. I saw that, and ever since then, I've been like, my For You page has been coming up with like people teaching how to do stuff for golf, and now that I'm like sitting there watching, it's like, I can drive. I can do this. I can go out and give a golf swing, a little try. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, dude. Because one day I want to be able to look at someone and be like, watch this drive. It's just fucking George Bush it. But I think the one thing that a lot of people end up kind of like getting, they get in their head that if they do things that are outside of what they're used to, it's like they're immediately opening themselves up to being injured.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so why would I give that a try?
Well, they don't like it. It's hard.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to do it. It's hard.
Which, if you fall in that category of people, brother or sister, dude, life's gonna be hard for you.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is too, like, people, not necessarily that they're not good at it. Maybe that's more what it is. It's hard and they're not good at it, so they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Or it's like they like doing, a certain movement because they're really good at it.
Yeah.
It'd be hard, but they're really good at it, so they like it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that do that, and they're like, but I like this, dude. I'm really good at it, so I'm not very good at this one, though. I'll make do that. It's like, that's exactly why you should do it, because you're not good at it.
Exactly. And then also, there's also a big camp of people that will actually kind of like drive into it full bore. And as much as I appreciate you guys, you have to understand that there is a little bit of that like learning curve, in a sense that like I used to be one of those people, in a sense that like, and I even had that thought in my head as we were talking about it. It's like, man, I got to get back into doing some sandbag work,
Yeah.
You know what? Tuesday when I do my circuits, I'm probably going to throw in that 200-pound bag. I'm like, but like, I've gotten smart enough, or I've learned enough in my life that like, hey, when was the last time you touched a 200-pound bag?
Yeah. Not almost like 100.
Start with 100, maybe 150. Go at that a couple weeks, then jump to the 200.
Yeah.
But immediate 200? Nah, buddy.
Come on.
Nah,
Come on.
You'll blow your asshole right out. That's what you want to do? You want to blow your asshole out?
You want to curl up ass?
Hell yeah, dude. On a tail? Love a tail. Call me a Saiyan.
Oh.
No, knowing me, it'd probably just be like a Rottweiler tail. You know what I mean?
Whack.
But like, so how long, when you were doing your fishing trip, how long was it?
3 days mainly, and then we went out a little bit before I left.
Did you adapt pretty fast though?
No, I was fucking sore. I was hurting.
Yeah.
By the time we were done, I was like, I don't know, I could barely hold on to this raw.
Fuck.
But it did adapt fastly to the motion of being on the ocean. The motion of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
when the boat's rocking, don't come and knock it.
It's just little waves. But yeah, it's going to get adapted pretty quick. Get your sea legs pretty quick. No, I think doing that stuff would take some time.
Yeah,
I'm used to like that.
Yeah,
it would take it. You'd have to do that consistently for a few weeks.
That would sound fun. That would sound fun.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad life.
It wouldn't be.
Every day.
It wouldn't be. Just out, you catch your fish, go to your place, get it prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have
Just fresh fish.
nice fresh fucking, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Full of parasites. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, like my forms are still shot.
Dude, they work, yeah.
Beat up.
That was like when Jessa was like had a very small time in. My wife has like these moments where she kind of gets into hobbies, and then when she gets into hobbies, she doesn't just like walk her way in. She like goes full board.
Yeah.
Right. So
Kool-Aid man running to
very, very much. Like, take for instance, she was like super into like roller skating in a sense of like how roller derby would be, but like roller skating and doing tricks and dances and stuff like that on it. She got so much into it that she got like 2 pairs of like skates that were they're not they're not
cheap.
They're not cheap.
No.
I think she did it for like maybe a couple months before she was just like, hey, what's this over here? And then kind of just left it. So like I was literally like looking through my trunk, and I was like, what the fuck? Man, I haven't seen these in fucking ages. And then like at one point she was into bouldering and rock climbing.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, I'll go with you. I hate rock climbing shoes because they like, since wearing flat foot shoes, I can't wear any other shoes. My feet are too fat now.
Yeah.
Like,
she's good.
Yeah, it's good.
But
at the same time, it means I can't.
Well, because, I actually saw a video. The guy with the biggest hands in the world attempted rock climbing. And like, he couldn't do shit.
It was just because
Yeah.
Couldn't fit his fingers.
His fingers in the crevices.
Oh, God. His fingers are too big.
but you know, like, so they're, so having thick hands and thick feet do not go well for your rock climbing.
Yeah.
You kind of need the more dainty, more strong.
Yeah. But like, I tried it and I did fairly well.
Yeah.
But man, I was toast, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, cause it's not like about like just climbing up it. You have to get like absurdly close to the wall. So mobility, my hips don't open like that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to like power through it. Mm-hmm. The rock climbing instructor or the rock climber person that was there was like, you can't just muscle it, dude. You gotta actually like get yourself close to it, make it easier for yourself. And I was like,
he's finesse to this. Fuck this.
Blah, you're gonna get it. And but Jessa was able to do, Jessa could like just rock it through it. Because again, it's like, it's a combination of the mobility and the ability to use that mobility in strength, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then that would be a big evidence of showing what the difference between mobility and, flexibility, right? So for those that are listening, the difference between mobility and flexibility is strength. Like, take for instance, if someone is very flexible, they have the ability to get into positions and ranges of motion in their body that a lot of other people can't do. But that does not mean that they're in a strong position to do that. They can passively push themselves into that position. But if you told them to try and hold that position or try and do something while in that position, that doesn't mean that they can actually hold it. Then there are the people who can actually get into that position, hold that position, and hold strength in that position. And that's the difference between mobility and flexibility. So Jessa has that from her time of doing aerial. And then, and that was a really fun month that she had for, you know.
I'm so sorry. Can I ask you this all of them just for because I just needed the
Plus a half hour.
stone.
Yeah, half hour.
I'm very sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
Huh? What? You fuck it. It's all right. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, now you're just on your phone.
No, sorry, dude. Fuck.
But doing specific, like, if you have to take some time to get good at doing certain things, like you can't always just jump into something. There's a lot that translates over, like being stronger is going to translate over a lot to different things, but you're still going to have those growing pains that you get when you start something new and requires different strength, different muscles, different mobility than you're used to. So, you know, that's something to always remember whenever you're doing something new that you haven't done before, that, you know, you could be the strongest person in the world, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do whatever you're trying to do at a high level right away.
Exactly. So with that being said, I would say to those of you that actually do are training, well, still though, like we said, take the time to actually be able to branch out and do other things outside of powerlifting, because you'll notice that those other things, some of them actually do translate over. Like if you do a lot of rock climbing, that's all grip strength. Now holding onto a barbell is not going to be that hard. If you're doing a lot of sandbag work or strongman training, that's a lot of core work. A lot of core and a lot of being able to stay rigid. That's a lot of positioning. That's just quote unquote irregular strength training, and that's fucking great for you.
Yeah. I was going to carry over a lot too, because, you know, whenever you're doing maximal lifts, it's not always going to be the prettiest. It's not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to stay in the perfect position that you need to lift. So being able to adapt in that moment and have that strength of like, all right, if you're a little off, it's not going to mess you up. So having that strength there to be able to stay in that position, or if you get off a little bit, it doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like that's important, you know?
Gotcha. Exactly. But also too, while you were like, that was one thing that you alluded to when you were talking about the guys that were actually like, that were really used to that, right? And that was that because of the specificity of what they do, it changes the body into adapting to what it does. These guys were like 180 pounds, but probably their forearms were probably fairly dense.
Yeah.
Or they probably just had like...
Yeah. Oh yeah. I ended up arm wrestling one of them because they're like, you so good, we arm wrestling. And yeah, he was strong, but he was only, I think this guy was like 160 pounds. It wasn't big.
Yeah. And it's just like, but it's like, again, that just alludes to what we're talking about, in a sense that like the body will adapt to the things that we place upon it, right? So if we stay, so for you guys that are just staying in the wheelhouse of what you're good at one point it's gonna tank. It's gonna plateau. You're gonna get to a point where you're just like, hey man, I'm super good at this, right? Then after a while, once you go over to something that is gonna fucking humble the shit out of you, you'll start to notice that your body starts to change. When I started doing more conditioning and started getting more conditioned, I wasn't I don't think I was ever like fat or anything during that time that I first got to STS, but like I definitely densed out and I definitely widened out. I thickened out a little bit when I was started doing more, but it wasn't like a bad thick. It was like I definitely like put on some size
and mass.
But my cardiovascular, my conditioning was a lot better during that time because I did that shit. And for those of you that again are trying to kind of get a little bit of something else in their training to push to that next level, that is exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. And the other thing to take away from it is to remember that it takes time.
Yes.
You know, you're not just going to be super strong at whatever you're trying to do right away. You have to take that time. I always like the analogy of the carpenter hammering a hammer every day. You know, they do it for 10, 20 years. They have bricks for hands, you know, but it takes that time. You know, when they first started out, they were probably sore every day. They're probably hurting every day, you know, and then they got to that point where now it's swinging hammers, nothing. But it takes 10, 20 years to build up that strength to be at that level.
Exactly.
So, you know, take that time, and whenever you start something like this, it's going to take years of doing it before you really build that top level of strength that you need.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I'll every so often I'll go on, look on on YouTube the videos of like wood choppers.
Yeah.
And no, not that. Let me caveat this. No, not the fucking profiles of the dudes in leotards, just like with the camera, and then you just watch them fucking chop wood. Because if you ever see those, it's these dudes. Yeah, they're hot as fuck. All right, there, I said it.
Okay.
Hot dudes, mostly just one hot dude
Okay.
who just like goes out there, has a splitting axe, and he just goes, "I'm gonna chop this wood," and it's just like hours upon hours of film of him just chopping wood. And you click on the comments, and all these girls are just like, "I gotta chop my wood," and I'm just like, no, not those videos. However, they do come up on my fucking feed. Hey, you know what? Game recognizes game, right? But what I will do is I will look at wood chopping competitions. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah. I remember like the long competitions from back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'll just watch these dudes just like fucking like, dude. They just run over and just like fucking just chop wood down, and they look like every other bloated father out there.
Yeah.
It's like just fat as fuck, just going over and just taking an axe to some wood, and you're just like just watching how fast they do it. And it's like when you watch that, you're like, oh, that's probably, I mean, if that dude can do it, it's like, but at the same time, that dude's probably been doing that kind of shit for years long. So he knows not just about how to keep his breath controlled, because it's like, it's the same thing with jujitsu. It's like, there at a certain point, you stop getting into the, right? And you start going into a flow state where it's like, okay, just do this right here,
Yeah.
boom, boom, and then choke and stuff. It's like, so those guys are able to like, be able to precisely swing the axe to be able to have just the right amount of angle to hit as much and get as much like clearance as they possibly can and stuff. So it's like, there's technique to everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's like when you figure out that technique and you start to be able to actually like utilize your body in a way to be able to maximize those techniques, it all applies.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it takes time, like you were saying. It takes a long time, but that's the beauty of it.
It is. And that, like, I'm sure in powerlifting, you have those moments where it's like, you hit a lift and you're like, oh, that felt like the perfect lift, you know?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, everything clicks right and you're like, oh, that's how it should always feel. Yeah. And you try to repeat that over and over and over again. That's what you try to build upon.
Exactly. I mean, for those of you that are listening that are just kind of like starting out with powerlifting, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it always feels wonky. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels wonky right now. But just wait. Give it some years. You give it a couple of years, and next thing you know, it's like, how you'll know, more times than not, how you'll know is because at one point, there's going to be a point in time when you do something and someone's going to walk up to you and go, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And you're like, in your head, because you've been doing it for so long, and in your head, you've been telling yourself you suck.
Yeah.
Right? You're able to look at them and go, what do you mean? Do this? You just do this. And they're like, I don't know how to do that. So you show them. And then once you show them, you're like, oh, actually, wait, I think I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, that might actually just, I mean, that goes into a little bit of like, more of the word of advice, but like a pet peeve that I have lately. And like, for those of you that are listening, failure is one of those things that comes in every territory, right?
Yeah.
In life, in the gym, in whatever hobby that you do, you're going to fail at it. If you're
successful, you have to fail.
Yeah. And, I've been just seeing like a number of people that just like, they forget that training is supposed to be hard, right? And that they forget that like, if you have a good coach, they're going to push you.
Yeah.
Mario shared something not too long ago that made me go, that's the truth. And that is, coaches are afraid to push their clients because they're afraid they're going to lose them in the end.
Yeah.
Right. And I felt that for a very long time. Like I was afraid to be like, hold on. I don't want to push you too hard, because then if I push you too hard, you're gonna be like, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna feel like you're not.
I'm not getting anywhere. This is bullshit.
Yeah, and I probably will get better results with this person, so they end up leaving you to go be with this person, and now they take the kids and. Hold on, I was kidding. But at what point and I've been telling I'll tell my clients this too. I'll look at them and I'll go, listen, man, I push you hard.
Yeah,
I push you, and the only reason why is because you will not learn how to be better until you're forced to have to be better.
Yeah,
and that's what I do. That's my job.
Yeah,
our jobs as coaches is to take you from the block of mold that you come to us as, and try and build you into a fucking house. Right? And now you have all the tools. You have everything that you guys need in order to be the best versions of yourself, the strongest version of yourself. Again, we're just coaches. We're not here to tell you how to live your life, but at the same time, how you talk to yourself, how you treat other things, blah, et cetera, will absolutely sway how you do things in the gym and how you do things in trying to get, in trying to train. So it's like, there comes a point in time where a lot of people just stop looking at the little W's that they get.
Yeah.
And that's what's been getting me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been getting me a little burnt out with just coaching in general. Is that like, man, I can sit here and point out and show them all of the evidence that shows that they're getting better. Show them how far they've come. But it's like they fuck up once, or things don't feel right and they fail something. Yeah. It's all out the window.
Yeah.
It's like, been working to get this long, how come it's not getting any better? I don't. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? At what point are you going to?
Yeah. Well, I think that it hasn't clicked in their head that it's a long game that you need to play, and you're not going to get all the and it doesn't help with social media and stuff like that, where they see, somebody go from, gadding 100 pounds, their total in a competition. Like, well, why am I not doing that? So you see all that, and then you get discouraged. You're like, well, we added 20 pounds. It's like, you added 20 pounds.
That's massive.
Yeah. But they see somebody else, and they're doing this, and why am I not there? Why am I not doing this? Well, you're not done.
Yeah.
So I think it gets a lot of people's heads of like, well, if I'm not getting there with this guy, well, it's got to be the coach, not me. And it's like, no, hold on. And then as soon as one thing goes wrong, they're just like ready to jump ship.
I mean, it's like, I think that also too, the biggest issue that I've been having, I think, has been like, dude, it's been crushing a lot lately. And that is like, I'll be honest with you guys. I've only been coaching for about 6 years. 6 years. I've had my bumps, I've had my bruises. I've definitely had my moments where I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know everything. I don't. I'm fairly good at rehabbing people, and I think I've gotten a lot better at programming for people and getting them stronger. However, that does not mean that I know everything. And man, when I go on social media, the amount of rage bait that I just see, it can get discouraging. And for those of you that are out there, I just need you to understand that it's like, remember that I have to remind myself this.
Yeah.
It's a performance.
Yeah.
People are that way on Instagram or on YouTube, on social media, and it's a performance so that they can sell whatever they need to sell.
Yeah.
And you know what? Kudos to you. If that's what works for you, then hey man, more power to you. But I can't, I'm not a part of it. I can't be.
Yeah.
I don't have it in me to sit here and try to argue with people over the internet. You know what I mean?
And nor should you. Like, it's not worth your time. You just got to remember, like, all right, yeah, you don't know everything, but you know a lot.
Yeah.
You're good at what you do. And if at the end of the day, if people don't want to trust you, and that's their loss.
I think the issue that I'm starting to run into when it comes to just being in this space is that, like, I think people want to hear you say a bunch of big words, you know?
Yeah.
And by all means, if you want to know why I'm giving you something, ask.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll do more than tell you. I'll have a ball telling you. Right? But yeah, it frustrates me about how it frustrates me that because it's like people, again, they don't want to take the time.
Yeah.
That they forget it, because it's like, I have to explain to them. I'm like, how long have you been powerlifting? They're like, 4 years. Yeah, I've been powerlifting for almost 10.
Yeah.
10. And I didn't get my 2K total till 2023.
So 8 years in, 7 to 8 in. Yeah.
Think about that, guys. Think about that.
Yeah.
It took me 8 years. And then, actually, no. It was 17, 18, 19, 20. Started wanting to 4 years in, I started being like, no, I want to actually get a 2K total. Attempted it. Didn't get it. 2022. Attempted it. Didn't get it. 2023. Got it. Feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, golly.
Well, and it's like, even if we look back at like some of the best lifters ever,
Yeah.
like you'll see their totals go up and down.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the same. It's not just going up linear,
Yeah.
you know. And that's something that I think that has a lot of people have that false expectation.
Yeah.
That it's, oh, well, every competition, we're just going to keep going up, right? It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Exactly.
But it's hard to tell somebody that
Yeah.
as a coach, because it's like, you want to believe in them and tell them that, like, no, we're going to keep you better. And like, sometimes shit happens.
Yeah. Sometimes your body just doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't cooperate.
or like maybe you mess up and you peak a little too early or something, and you know you go into the competition and your strength just isn't there. Like things happen like that. And you know that's part of it. That's why this is so much fun, because it is hard and it is tough. You're going to fail if you only succeed and like that's it. You just keep going up and like it's not very much fun because it's not a challenge. The challenge is that it is hard. The challenge is that you're gonna fail, and it's how you respond when you fail that matters. And you have to keep pushing forward and figuring it out and going, okay, like I did this, it did work this time. All right, we got to try harder next time. We got to like come back. We figure it out. Like that's what's really fun about this, is trying to figure out how to succeed in something that is extremely difficult.
Exactly. And I think also too is that, like, I mean, I wanted to ask you too, because we have some time. I've seen this a lot of in people that are like, they want to have the ability to hit what they want to hit in competition in training.
We've never hit that in training, and I never worried about it. I'm always like, yeah, it's kind of nice. It's like, oh, I'd like to be pushed, you know, I'd like to be hitting bigger numbers, but at the same time, I put in my head, why?
That's exactly.
Why?
I had to have a conversation with someone about that, and it was like, they're like, well, you know, I want to be able to hit this number because that's the one I want to hit in competition. And I went, you understand that when I hit 738 on the platform, in training, the heaviest I hit was 727.
Yeah.
Like, it was close.
Yeah.
But that's all.
You're not trying to hit it in training. You're trying to save for the competition.
Sure.
Now, it'd be nice to be like pushing to that and it being easy. And then you go, okay, well, now I have a new number in competition. But the goal isn't to hit the biggest number in training. The goal is to hit the biggest number in competition.
Yeah.
That's what max.
Exactly.
You know, so, but that's the mental game that is so tough about this, that as we put expectations on ourselves. We have these numbers in our head that we want to hit. And if we're not reaching that, then we're failing.
Exactly.
And that's not true.
It isn't.
That's not true. And, you know, maybe you are failing, and maybe you need to go and look at yourself and go, all right, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to improve upon?
Yeah.
And that's what's holding you back from getting those numbers. It's I think people will put an onus on the coach a lot before they put it on themselves, because it's easier to blame somebody else. Not
Following your plan, why aren't I getting better?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just,
Are you sleeping? Are you eating? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you doing all these things?
yeah.
You know? Because that's a tough part that I always have to remind people is like, and especially on the personal training side, because they're like, oh, I'm not losing weight. I'm like, well, I can only be with you for an hour, you know, a couple times a week. That's a lot of time on your own. And if you're not doing all the right things, the things that I tell you that you should be doing, then guess what? It's not going to work.
Sure.
You know? And as a coach, we're only with somebody for a short amount of time in their daily life. You know? It's so, what are you doing with the other 23 plus hours in a day
Exactly.
to help you improve?
Yeah.
If you're not doing much else, and you expect to only get better because within that 1 hour a day, well, guess what? You're not going to get better.
It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
With that also being said, got to find a healthy medium.
Sure.
I mean, man, coaching has gotten to the point where it's like, I've definitely like, I've had people come up to me and be like, how much do you charge for coaching? And at first I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Want another one. Now I've got to the point where it's like, depending on the person, if I know you as a person, hence also too, why in my questionnaire, I have personality questions in there now. Mm-hmm. Because two things will happen. They'll answer honestly, and I'll see it. I'll be like, okay. Or they won't answer them at all. And that'll tell me more. Right?
I thought this person's going to be a good pain.
You know who did that? Old boy that left, remember?
Yeah.
He didn't answer one of those personality questions. And that's when I knew. I was like, you're going to fucking be a headache.
Yeah. And you found them, I'm sure as shit.
He last. But anyway, it's all good. I'll hope if he's out there.
Yeah. Wish the best. Like, that's the tough part is because you want to see everybody succeed. Like, you don't want to see anybody fail. Like, I don't care if they're biggest pain in the ass. At the end of the day, you still want them to succeed. That's what is the hard part.
Of course.
I think that's why it is so frustrating, is because it's like you want them to succeed, you want them to do well.
Yeah.
It's like, you just listen, if you just do the things, you would succeed, but.
And also too, understand that we're not just doing this, putting numbers on a spreadsheet and just giving it to you. Dude, I give so much of a fucking shit.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand.
Yeah.
It's not just a job for me, it's a passion. It's something that I love doing, to be able to see people get stronger. Fucking A. You think I just look at you and go,
Hey.
Because sometimes I do. I want you to know. Just go, fine, I'm joking. Well, I'm joking. But,
And then there was a time where like, well, they paid me, fuck it.
well, I mean, let's be honest here. There have been times, because in order for me to be like, because beforehand I cared way too much.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I would get very like, I would take it personally when people left, right? But over time I've realized, I was like, I give a shit about seeing you succeed. But I don't care about the crash out you're having. I don't care about how you feel about things that are going on in the program. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I have a plan for you. I have a plan for you, and I'm doing stuff for you to see you get better. All I can do is just provide. I'm providing a service to you. If you can't match it, It's not me.
Yeah.
There's something going on with you.
Yeah.
That's it. And all I can do is just look at you and go, hey man, I just want to see you succeed. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're looking at your coach and you're like, how come I'm fucking getting stronger? Take a look at take a deep breath and look at yourself in the mirror and find out what you're doing first. And then, unless you have like the disruptive strength guy who has no idea what he's doing, he's fucking coaching. Apparently, I don't know. But like,
that too, the other hard part is there is a fair number of bad coaching out there.
oh yeah.
So it's like, there is that side of it where I think there's a lot of mistrust
Yeah.
in coaching.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
No, it is. It's the truth. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, again, like I have to say, for the people that I first started training, sorry. I definitely kind of screwed the pooch a couple times, but, I should part of learning. And, but with that being said, also too, is that, with the part of learning, there comes growth from that. I've learned a lot, being able to actually like learn from my mistakes, but also too, is that like, there's the people that literally, how you can tell whether or not if your coach is, if you don't have a really good coach is one, if you try and talk to them about something and you find it in their program the next week, then when you're like, hey, I just told you that this hurt or this didn't feel right. And they're like, well, you'll adapt. No.
Yeah.
No, you can be able to actually like mitigate, regress certain things to be able to whatever. If they're not communicating, obviously, but it's like, still though, if you're noticing that you've had a coach, that's another deal. If you've only had a coach for 6-7 months,
They're still learning you.
Exactly. There are some people who are like, there are some coaches who need at least 2 to 3 competitions out of you to fully know what kind of athlete you are. For me, I've gotten it fairly good to being able to just get at least like a couple of months.
Yeah.
That's all it takes for me for a little bit. But even then, I trust me, I've been surprised before. But outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun though, like having worked with you for as long as we have, like kind of growing together.
Oh yeah.
And like, I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Is like, we kind of like, we can kind of like play off of different ideas and go like, hey, maybe we should try this. And like, and then seeing you kind of like figure it out. Well, okay, let's try this. It makes it fun.
And then also too, seeing you absolutely just rise to the fucking occasion and just fucking
That's right.
get out. Just shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know this guy. This fucking guy here. You're great at me.
But it's, I think a lot of athletes are missing out on some of the good stuff of like working with a coach over a long time and like you kind of figure shit out together.
Exactly.
And I think that's part of the fun with having a coach is you kind of you have somebody to go along the journey with you.
It's gotten to a point where it's become more of a, here's my money, fix it. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I can do the best I possibly can. Mm-hmm. But, all right. You have anything else?
I think that's about it.
That's good to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Please like, subscribe, share, listen, and give us kisses and stuff. Okay, love you. Bye.
Muchos besitos.